Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you not to sell you a dream, but to hand you the blueprint to build one. We live in a world where the tools for wealth are within reach, yet so many leave them resting in the toolbox of fear, doubt, and indecision. But the individuals who rise above, those who build empires from dust, share a secret. They possess skills that aren't just valuable. These aren't secrets locked in boardrooms or gated behind Ivy League tuition. No, these are skills forged in the fire of purpose, desire, and relentless action. Let me show you the 6 business skills that don't just make profits, they make millions. Vision thinking. The first skill of the wealthy is the ability to see what others cannot. They don't wait for opportunity to knock. They build the door and write the invitation. A $1 million mind doesn't ask what is, it asks what could be, and then it creates it. Unshakable decision making. The rich don't sit in the waiting room of maybe. They decide and they move, because hesitation is the silent killer of fortune. When they choose a path, they walk it like it's already paved in gold. Magnetic communication. Words, when mastered, are cash in your hand. The ability to persuade, inspire, and connect, that is the currency of leadership. Those who can move hearts can move markets. Mastery of influence. Wealth flows to those who can align people with a vision. Influence isn't manipulation. It's leadership. It's the art of raising others by lifting your purpose higher than your ego. Obsessive value creation. The millionaires don't chase money, they chase value, and money chases them. Create something that solves a problem, eases a pain, or fulfills a need, and do it better than anyone else, and the world will line up to pay you. Ironclad self-discipline. This is the foundation. Without discipline, talent is wasted, ideas evaporate, and dreams rot in notebooks. But with it, time bends, focus sharpens, and mountains move. The marketplace does not reward effort alone. It rewards strategic effort, directed by skill. $1 million business builders understand this fundamental truth. Your income is directly tied to your ability to solve problems with precision and passion. Your profit would be far higher if you were focusing on getting the problem solved with precision and passion. The first skill, the foundation, is vision thinking. This isn't just about dreaming. It's about constructing a clear, specific, emotionally charged picture of what your business can become. Visionaries are not whimsical. They are builders of mental blueprints. They see what's missing in the world, then design a solution so potent, others feel pulled toward it as if by gravity. From vision flows the second vital skill, unshakable decision-making. Indecision is a luxury the wealthy cannot afford. Where others pause and analyze endlessly, high performers decide and act. They don't fear being wrong, they fear standing still. Decision is power. It creates momentum. One clear decision can shatter a year of stagnation. The greats know a wrong decision can be corrected, but a missed opportunity may never return. Next comes the art of magnetic communication. Business at its core is relationships. Whether you're speaking to 1 or 1 million, your ability to communicate with clarity and confidence is a profit lever. It's not about fancy words, it's about alignment. When you speak in a way that reflects the needs, desires, and dreams of your audience, you gain trust. And where there is trust, there is transaction. Billionaires don't just talk, they move people. Which leads us to the fourth skill, mastery of influence. Influence is the skill that turns an idea into a movement. It is the ability to lead others without force, to inspire action without demand. It begins with belief. belief in your product, in your mission, in yourself. Influence is silent persuasion, earned by living your values and proving results. Those who master it become irreplaceable. Influence multiplies effort. One person can only do so much, but a leader with influence creates leverage. Fifth, we come to the obsession with creating value. Every dollar earned in business is a receipt for value delivered. Those who earn millions do so because they give the world something it wants so badly, it can't ignore them. They don't chase money, they chase excellence. They refine, test, improve, and obsess over the user experience. They're not satisfied with good enough. They aim for legendary. But none of this matters without the sixth skill, ironclad self-discipline. Success does not come to those who are merely interested. It comes to those who are committed, even when the passion fades, even when the applause stops. Discipline is doing what needs to be done long after the mood in which you decided to do it has left you. It's showing up, executing, refining, and repeating. Discipline is freedom in disguise. It's the key that unlocks consistent, predictable, unstoppable progress. These 6 skills aren't gifts. They're choices. Daily decisions to grow sharper, aim higher, and do the work others avoid. In mastering them, you don't just make money, you make a mark. Mastery in business is not a matter of chance. It's the result of deliberate cultivation of these 6 fundamental abilities. The individuals who command extraordinary income are not operating with luck or mystery. They are executing habits rooted in these skills every single day. And the truth is, every one of these skills compounds. Like interest, they multiply their effect over time. One enhances the other. Vision informs decisions. Clear decisions enhance communication. Communication strengthens influence. Influence magnifies value. And discipline weaves it all together into a force too focused to fail. Let's take a closer look at how these skills interplay in real business scenarios. Consider a visionary entrepreneur launching a new product. Without vision, the product is ordinary, but with it, a deeply defined understanding of the customer, the pain point, the future benefit, the product becomes magnetic. It speaks to a specific problem in a specific way. That vision guides every decision, from branding to pricing to partnership. Now, add the skill of decisive action. While competitors are second-guessing or waiting for the right time, the visionary has already moved. They've tested, failed, adjusted, and improved, all while others are still planning. This speed gives them a first-mover advantage, a foothold in the market that becomes harder to unseat with each iteration. Next comes communication. Internally, they rally their team. Externally, they stir the market. Their words clarify the mission. They tell stories, not just statistics. Their message resonates because it's not just factual, it's emotional. It meets the audience in their current state and lifts them to a new one. The product doesn't just solve a problem, it becomes part of an identity. And this sets the stage for influence. Through consistent action, value delivery, and communication, the entrepreneur becomes a leader, one whose opinion carries weight, whose presence attracts opportunity. Influence opens doors. Deals that take others months to negotiate are agreed upon in days. Partners seek them out. Investors call them. Customers recommend them. Their brand becomes a beacon. Still, influence without value is short-lived. That's why true wealth builders remain obsessed with over-delivering. They gather feedback constantly, not for validation, but for innovation. They refine their offer, train their team, and elevate the experience at every level. They turn customers into evangelists. They know that the greatest marketing strategy is a product or service that exceeds expectations. And behind it all, powering this engine, is self-discipline. The ability to get up when it's hard, to keep promises made to oneself, to resist distractions, and to operate with integrity whether anyone's watching or not. Discipline is the skill that ensures the other 5 don't flicker out. It creates the consistency that compounds into wealth. It fuels the late nights, the early mornings, the 100th revision, the unwavering focus. Each of these skills alone can elevate a business, but together they're a system, a machine, a legacy in motion. Those who commit to this path will not only make millions, they'll become the kind of person worthy of those millions. And that's the true reward. Once these 6 skills are woven into the fabric of your daily routine, they begin to operate automatically, driving your business forward even when motivation wanes. And no longer remain isolated talents, they become your standard. And standards, unlike goals, are non-negotiable. The person who becomes wealthy does so because they refuse to perform below a certain level. Their vision doesn't fade with distractions. Their decisions aren't delayed by fear. Their communication remains sharp even under pressure. And their influence grows steadily because it is anchored in authenticity and consistent result. This system of skills acts like a compass in the often chaotic world of business. While others get caught in trends, hype, or emotional volatility, the skilled entrepreneur remains grounded. Vision prevents them from chasing shiny objects. Discipline keeps them from drifting off course. Influence ensures that even as they scale, their culture stays intact. Value creation keeps the brand relevant. Every single skill reinforces the others, like gears in a well-oiled machine, reducing friction and increasing velocity. And here's the hidden benefit. These skills don't just generate money, they generate freedom. The person who can think clearly, decide swiftly, communicate persuasively, lead effectively, build value relentlessly, and stay disciplined over time becomes a master of their circumstances. They are not dependent on the economy, on luck, on others' opinions. They are self-directed, internally driven, and capable of pivoting powerfully in any environment. That is where true wealth lies, not just in bank accounts, but in autonomy, confidence, and the ability to create something from nothing. But let's be clear, these skills are not developed casually. They require intention, they require practice, they require you to show up on the days you don't feel like it. Most people fail not because they lack intelligence, but because they fail to persist. The successful repeat fundamentals with excellence. They treat the basics like sacred rituals. They read when others scroll. They listen when others talk. They think when others react. And over time, this commitment compounds into mastery. The mistake many make is trying to leap into success without building the internal infrastructure to sustain it. They chase money without developing the skills that attract and multiply it. But the true players, the real wealth builders, they invest in these abilities like they're investing in gold. Because once acquired, these skills cannot be taken away. They are assets that appreciate, and they don't just make money, they create momentum, magnetism, and meaning. At every level of business, from startup hustle to million-dollar scale, these 6 skills remain relevant. They evolve, they deepen, but they never become obsolete. The game may change, but the principles do not. Markets shift. Technologies disrupt, but vision, decision, communication, influence, value, and discipline remain the foundation. Build your house on these skills and it won't just weather storms, it will rise through them. That's it. This is the quiet power behind every public success. Invisible habits, practiced in silence, paid in millions. Communication then becomes the bridge between the vision and the world. It's the delivery system of ideas. And make no mistake, poor communication has buried more businesses than bad products ever will. The ability to sell a vision, to pitch investors, to motivate a team, to attract clients. This is cash flow in verbal form. Words move money. Million-dollar thinkers use words like tools, precise, intentional, impactful. When communication connects with the right audience, it opens the door for influence. This is where trust lives. Influence isn't a tactic. It's the result of being consistently valuable over time. It's built through repetition, results, and reputation. The influential are not always the loudest, but they are the most consistent. Their presence says more than their pitch. They lead not by pushing others, but by becoming the kind of person others want to follow. And none of that influence matters if the product, service, or experience doesn't deliver extraordinary value. In business, value is the anchor. Those who obsess over their customers' outcomes, who are relentless in refining their offer, stand out in crowded markets. They know that making money is a side effect of making impact. They are addicted to results, not for ego, but because they understand value is the only true differentiator. And then there's the silent driver behind it all, discipline. Discipline makes sure that momentum isn't a one-time surge, but a sustained force. It's the refusal to coast. It's showing up with the same intensity on day 1,000 as on day 1. Discipline ensures that skill becomes mastery and that mastery becomes legacy. Without it, potential remains potential. With it, the impossible becomes inevitable. End of the poem. These 6 skills, when treated as daily practice, not occasional efforts, don't just elevate businesses, they elevate the individual, and when the person grows, the profit always follows. When these 6 skills become your operating system, they redefine what's possible, not just in business, but in how you live, think, and lead. You stop chasing shortcuts and start building systems. You stop asking for permission and start creating opportunities. You stop fearing failure and start using it as a tool for refinement. The mind that cultivates vision, decision, communication, influence, value, and discipline becomes a force of nature, predictable, unstoppable. Think of the business greats, not as anomalies, but as examples of what happens when a person commits deeply to mastering these skills over time. They didn't inherit success. They weren't lucky. They practiced harder, saw farther, moved faster, and served deeper. They understood a simple truth. Money is a consequence, not a cause. It's the byproduct of becoming exceptional at things most ignore. These individuals don't see problems as roadblocks, they see them as raw material for growth. Their vision allows them to see opportunity and friction. Their decision-making cuts through doubt like a blade through fog. Their communication doesn't just inform, it moves people to action. Their influence doesn't manipulate, it elevates. Their value isn't surface level, it transforms lives. And their discipline doesn't waver, it compounds. These aren't abstract ideas, they're practical, measurable, and trainable. If you're willing to put in the time, the work, and the relentless focus, these skills can be yours. They are not reserved for the chosen few. They belong to the committed. And once internalized, they unlock a version of you that is untouchable by mediocrity. You begin to operate differently. You see time as an asset, not a constraint. You surround yourself with people who challenge you, not comfort you. You stop negotiating with your goals. You begin to trust your inner authority more than external noise. Your actions carry intention, your words carry weight, and your business becomes an extension of your character. not just your strategy. Success at the million-dollar level isn't about adding more complexity. It's about simplifying with mastery. Most businesses fail not because they didn't know enough, but because they didn't do enough of the right things consistently. The 6 skills aren't tricks. They're tools, and when sharpened, they can build anything. A brand, a movement, a fortune. So ask yourself, are you building your business on tactics or principles, on convenience or conviction? Are you waiting for success to arrive, or are you becoming the person it cannot ignore? The path to millions isn't found in secrets, it's forged in skill. And skill is earned through repetition, resilience, and relentless intention. So rise. Train your vision until you see what's invisible to others. Make decisions that shatter fear. Speak words that shift minds. Lead with a presence that inspires trust. Deliver value so real it markets itself. And above all, stay disciplined enough to do it every single day. Because in the end, it's not about the money. It's about the person you must become to earn it.